I'm going to talk about the ceremonial drum that we take care of. We have our dances in Aazhoomog. As I mentioned earlier, my partner on the drum is Amikwagabo, Larry Smallwood. That is, the drum is one of those I talked about earlier. It's a dewe'igan. It's a Sioux drum, it's called. It came to our community in 1937. The old man that raised me, Okimau, was the first the drum keeper. And the drum came from Chiminising, from Isle, Minnesota. And the man that was taking care of it at that time in Chiminising, his name was John Sam Natawash. I don't know what the circumstances were, but he wasn't able, to keep the drum going, to keep the ceremony going. So it was his decision to pass the drum on over to the east to the old man that raised me, his Ogimob. And he was the one that took care of the drum. I noticed that they redid the beadwork on it. He said a lot of the things are missing with that drum. And it wasn't not very good shape, he had said at that time. Of course, it hadn't been used, so probably that was why. And that the family of my mother's, or the woman that raised me, their last name was Churchills. And they were heavily involved and participated in a lot of those ceremonies in Aazhoomog, and they were the ones that pretty much kept the drum going. I mean, there were men that took the leadership role, but I know it was those women that were behind them, I suppose giving them that nudge to keep things going with that drum. So, and it's been going good, knock on wood. And in 1958, they built a hall. The original hall they had in Aazhoomog had been set on fire from some kids playing with matches, and set that hall on fire. So this group that worked with the drum that we now have got together and did some fundraising, different ways to raise money. And they built that hall in 1958. They purchased an old schoolhouse that was down the road and built that hall next to us. And that's where we had our ceremonial dances, also funerals. Funerals were held in that same hall. And the other drum that was in the community was a drum that belonged to Badasagay's family, Dave Matros's family, who just recently passed on. His father's name was Scotty Matros Shingwak. He was the other one there was that other drum in that community. And it's still operating, they still have their dances yet to this date. At one time, there were 3 drums in that community of Aazhoomog, and one of them burnt. And it just completely burnt. They didn't have anything to rebuild that drum from. And what happened was a drum keeper that took care of that drum came to one of our dances at that hall, that Benjamin Hall, He came in, he was intoxicated. I was there. I saw that. He was really hitting that drum really hard. He was just out of hand with his intoxication. And what happened when he left, the dance was over, he went home, and something exploded in his house, some gas. And the house exploded, and the drum burnt also that same night. And since then, it's no longer in existence. But with the drums that we've had over time, we've had small dances. Usually we have our big dances in the fall and the spring. But also we had many during the winter. And they were able to do that because a lot of the drum members at that time lived in and around closer in the community, but now we have a lot of them who live a distance, so it's hard for us to continue to do that. And what has always happened over the years is after the two drums are used in Aazhoomog, they have a ceremony that they do on Sunday where those two drums are put away. And on each one of those drums there are 4 songs that are sung. And the old man that got up to talk always said that by doing this ceremony, the people who brought their tobacco and were granted all their wishes. Everything came for them. By using those songs, people brought in, drum members for both drums brought in their bowls of food. And the Sunday ceremony where both drums are brought in, and drum members of each of those drums come in, there are 4 songs that are sung there called welcoming songs, or those songs where you put your hands up in respect to those Manidug. And there are 4 songs that are sung on each one of those drums. And the first song is the one we were given by the people, the head Manidu. The Creator gave us that song. That is his song. And that people get up during that song and dance, and as they change in the beat of the song, in response to that, they put their hands up, everybody that's there. And then the second one is a song that was given to us by the Mother Earth, the Manidu in the earth gave us that one. And the third one was Wenabushu. Wenabushu was a Manidu that lived with us as a people. And when he completed his work with us, went on to live in the east. And that's the song he gave us. And then the fourth one is B'nai Siwak. So those are the songs that are sang during that time.